So with the new year, it's a really fantastic opportunity to reflect on a year and to set some amazing goals and resolutions for the next year ahead. And it's something that I've always been doing since as long as I can remember, thinking about resolutions and goals. And yes, you can set goals any time of the year. You can set them in the middle of March if you like, and you don't necessarily have to wait till the end of the year. But there is something really nice about 365 days because you can achieve a lot over a year, in a month, in a week. There's less that you can get done. And so I've got a full structure, a really good framework that I've learned that I want to teach you guys in terms of how to set really good goals, how to be excited by those goals, how to check in on those goals, and actually get some amazing things done for the next year of your life. If you're watching this in the middle of March and you want to set some goals from then to the next year, that's totally fine. It doesn't have to be specifically a year, but I really like setting them every year. One thing I want to say is 98% of people fail their New Year's resolutions. So it's really important to find something that's exciting and set up a framework that you're actually going to take action. And so step one, before we even get started, is put yourself in a great state. So maybe pump a really nice song, hang out with some friends, do something that gets you in a good mood so that the creative juices in your brain are flowing. So getting started. So firstly, take a chance to debrief about what you've done. So if it is a new year, debrief about the last year, debrief about the last month, the last few weeks. What have you done really well? What do you want to celebrate? What have you done poorly? What do you want to learn from? What are the things that you thought you were going to do during the year that you didn't get done? Why did that not get done? So that's a really good chance to reflect on those ideas, and that's going to prime you to be in a good state to think about what you can do and what you will want to do for the next year. And then the next step is connect to your life mission. Do you have a vision for where you want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? Do you want to have a family? Do you want to be doing something really impactful? Do you want to be living more in alignment to your passion? Is there something that you're super excited about that you're only doing a little bit now, but in the future, you'd love to be doing that all the time? So connect to that life vision, and that's going to also help you set little goals that's going to help you get to where you want to be in 10 years. And maybe think, why is that vision important to you as well? So it's really motivating. So the next step is brainstorming the goals. And so here we can just spew out a ton of different goals. And so we're going to have results goals and process goals, and we want to have both. So to give you an example, a results goal would be something like, I want to make $100,000 by the end of next year. And a process goal would be, I want to spend 10 hours a week on my business, or I want to make 20 cold calls to try to acquire new customers every month. So that's something that is more specific and that's more in your control. A result goal has other elements at play. And so I think it's good to create both the result goals and process goals so that you can definitely at least do your process goals, and the result goal gives you a target for setting those process goals. And so we can go through a lot of categories that we can think about goals. And so here's 10 that you might be wanting to think about. So number one is health and fitness. So maybe it's a workout program that you want to achieve, a body fat goal that you want to get to, muscle gains, mind and belief. So maybe you want to do a 5-minute daily affirmation. Maybe you want to do reading books, finishing courses, maybe watching more Max Hertan YouTube channel if you want. Number 3, emotions. Do you want to do a 30-day without complaining challenge? Do you want to do some goals and things like that around negative thoughts or creating more positive thoughts and rituals? And number 4, relationships. Do you want to go out once a week to try to meet new people? Do you want to do improv once a week to work on your social skills? Do you want to have a weekly date night if you're in a relationship? Number 5, mission and purpose. So going back to that ultimate vision of where you want to be, what goals do you want to create that can help you moving towards that vision? So if it's about, I don't know, giving back and setting up schools and things like that, what can you do as little steps to help you get there along the way? Number 6, money and finances. How much money do you want to make? How much money do you want to invest and save? Maybe you want to read some books about investing. Maybe you want to start a side consulting business. Number 7, friends and family. Do you want to have a weekly call with your parents? Do you want to go out and find friends that are more similar and have the same interests as you? So that might be the result goal. The process goal might be, I want to go to one conference, one business conference. Fun and lifestyle, number 8. Maybe you want to go on a snowboarding holiday. Maybe you want to learn tennis. Maybe you want to play 10 games of tennis throughout the year. So something a little bit more fun, connected to your lifestyle. Number 9, contribution. What do you want to do to give back? Maybe you want to volunteer 10 times at a shelter. Maybe you want to donate $1,000 to charity. And number 10, spirituality. What, in terms of the greater being, is more important to you? So for me personally, I don't necessarily believe in a higher power and things like that, but maybe I want to be more loving, or maybe I want to find the opportunities where I'm feeling pain and reflect on that to see what internally I can do to improve as a person so that I can be more in a loving, giving state. So in this process, you might brainstorm as many as you can. You might even get 100 goals if you just put 10 for each of these categories. And this is just throwing it all out there. But then the next step is actually evaluating and figuring out which ones you want to commit to. So we've got all of these goals. And now what I want you to do, or what I would do in this process, is look at what is the believability that you can actually achieve that goal out of 10, and what is the level of excitement that you have for that goal out of 10. And if it's not at least a 7 for both of those 2 metrics, then you need to remove the goal or change the goal. So it'd be nice to say, cool, I want to make $10 million next year, but if I've never made anywhere close to that amount of money before, then that's not believable. And that's so unbelievable that even though it might be really motivating to get, it's just not believable. It's not within my frame of reality. So I'm not necessarily going to be able to take action or even know what action I should take to get there. So I might change that goal to say I only want to make $100,000 next year. And that might be a lot more believable, and I can come up with a structure on how to do that. So it's really important to make sure that you can commit to these goals and make sure that they are believable. Step 5, make your goals smarter. So you might have heard of the SMART framework. So S, specific, so creating a specific goal, something that is more tangible. M, measurable, so can we actually measure our success? A, achievable, so believable, achievable. R, realistic. T, does it have a timeline? Does it have a set date for it? And then smarter, adding in the E and R. We've got E, evaluate. So how are we going to set up structure to evaluate our success? And R, is there a reward or a way to reinforce that positive action? So this is just something that you might have heard with planning before, that SMART or smarter framework. Also within our goal structure, we can make the language more compelling. So instead of saying, I want to make $100,000, it might be, I will easily make $100,000 and I will enjoy the process. So you can write the goal out in a way that's going to be more compelling for you to actually take action. Number 6, now we've set our goals, we've evaluated, we've found the ones that are most important to us, we've made them smart, and now we want to create a little bit of a why. So why are those goals that we've chosen important to us? So that way we have the motivation to actually go through the hard times, because it might be fun and exciting for January, but come April, come May, when things aren't going exactly how you wanted, or you're going to get roadblocks along the way, reading back that why and getting that excitement attached to that vision of where you want to be is really going to help drive that process. And then finally, step 7, create a plan. So we've got all of our goals. Now, what's our action plan? What are some of the ways that we might leverage to actually achieve those goals? So again, maybe one of our goals is we want to get to 90 kilos and 10% body fat. Okay, cool. Well, we could hire a personal trainer. We could sign up to the gym. We could buy some weights. So there's a lot of little action steps that we could do to help us achieve that goal. And so we might write down a few of those and then figure out what actually makes the most sense after we've just kind of unloaded a few different ideas. We might go, okay, those are the ones that make the most sense. And then on top of all this, do you have an accountability plan? Do you have a friend that you can check in with? Are you going to post it right now as a YouTube comment so that I can hit you up in a year's time and say, how'd you go with that? Maybe you want to find some people in the comments and create a little bit of an accountability group. Maybe you want to call up your friends. Maybe you want to check in once a week on a phone call, or once a month you might get together and discuss how you're all going. And if you're announcing it and you have those friends that are all keeping you accountable, they also might be there to help you find ways to achieve your goals. So that's my framework for achieving our goals. There's a lot in there. There's a lot of different strategies. For me, I think it's really good to have a good framework to get excited, to make sure that you think you're going to achieve those. And I hope this is the year where you smash your resolutions and this is the best year of your life. If you've got any questions, let me know. And as always, happy learning.